And good morning, world. We are about to do a live stream again, a morning live stream. A little bit of a casual, hopefully a bit of a successful casual trading. Just do another run whilst I am going to talk and see how things work. Got a couple of new settings. Should be okay. I got a new setting for some of the quality and some of the audio, so it should come out much better than it has before. We are going to be using my Hercules C2. Not sure that I'm going to need all these weapons. I'm just going to leave the weapon at home, you know? I mean, I'll grab a couple of grenades, but even so, I don't know. Do I even need that? What I am going to need, though, is a little bit of ammo for my pistol. I'm probably going to do just this. Just put that thing back on. Just to have a very basic... There we go. A very basic... equipment. I mean, why not, right? And we're gonna have our pistol with us. Got a med gun and we got a multi-tool. And for some reason my backpack is on the ground. That's not good. There we go. That's new though. That never happened to me before. Oh well, I mean, it works, you know. Let's go ahead and call for our C2. Initiate our little trading run. See what happens. Anything can come our way, and hope all the volumes are going to be good. I am using a new setting for voice, music, and game. Haven't got the chance to test out the volume for Discord. I'm pretty sure that's going to be an opportunity for it as well. As always, the biggest pad provided for the ship. 00. Once on board, we're gonna say hello to the chat, as always, to see what's going on. See how things works today. I mean, so far so good, right? Have been taking a break, well, from my normal day playing Star Citizen, other than of course streaming yesterday, but in terms of actual playing with friends, I've had a small break yesterday with a little bit of gardening work around the house. First time at our new house. Having moved from an apartment, you know, it's a little bit of a life-changing moment for sure, you know. There's that. Everything takes a little bit of extra time, and yeah, for those who knows me and plays with me now and then, sorry for not being around too much lately. Just been a lot to deal with. But nevertheless, this evening I'm planning to do a live stream when more people can actually join in the stream and watch it. Gonna be around 6 p.m. At UTC time. That's about 8 o'clock Paris time, or Stockholm time. So I am planning to start streaming in a more normal time, like not instead of just this morning, but at least this way I'll be able to provide you guys with even more stuff, I suppose. And I might actually even consider doing a small series of tutorials, how I do things, in terms of how to trade, how to do mining, It all depends, of course, how stability is doing in terms of what works and what not. Apparently, some features are not working proper in Star Citizen. People are losing money. Features are not fully working yet, or at the moment, due to various bugs. Some mechanics are in the game that aren't fully fleshed out yet, so they're partly broken because of it, because there's no not a fully fleshed out mechanic behind it. So it's partially work, but it's not, and that causes people to lose apparently their equipment on ships and stuff, which is pretty bad. I mean, if you pay like 150,000 plus on equipment and you just log in to lose it, you know, that's bad. But why I'm gonna be doing a little series of this, where at least trading works fairly okay. Alright. Might as well say good morning to everyone. Yeah, my keyboard, I know. I can hardly see where the keys are. There we go. Such an old keyboard back in the days, you know, like when there were no backlit on the keys. But at least, well, there you have it, right? You take a lot of things for granted today, and, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with keeping stuff for a couple of years, for as long as the stuff works, you know? So, hope all the volumes are going to be good. I am going to be speaking a little bit louder, but over time I should be more confident with the volumes. I think I've got it right this time. Sorry for taking so long to get it right. It's just a lot of things to catch up on in terms of, you know, settings and just streaming it by itself. I mean, it's just a little bit overwhelming now and then. It's been a while, and things change over time as well, so you gotta sort of catch up to what's been updated and what changed, and implement that to old knowledge and get back into the loop of everything, you know. Get back into speaking at a decent pace, not too fast, not too slow, where your mind, or my mind in this case, can process what needs to be said without stumbling on the words. Things like that. Now, hopefully I am coming out loud and clear as well, not too mumblish. Alright, we should probably set up our camera angle here. So for now, seems that people are okay. We're gonna be launching the VTOL. There we go. That way, if we do hit the ground, at least we're gonna have a somewhat dampened impact. But I mean, I think it's gonna be fine, right? It's a bit of a twilight down here. I did change quite a bit on the graphics. I pretty much upped the quality on bitrate about, well, twice as much. So you should have less blocky-ish results. I just hope it is okay to watch now. Sound-wise, it's definitely changed. So it's becoming to be what it's supposed to be, I suppose. Coming up on Deacon's Research Outpost, which is where we're going to buy as much of medical supplies we can get a hold on, or buy for that matter. I am not quite back where I used to be money-wise in-game. But why I am going to be doing some grinding, at least till Saturday, and then maybe on Saturday we'll be able to do some fun stuff like a Mr. Beast thing, you know, like giving people money that deserves it or needs it. That kind of stuff that I like to do. Helping random new players to discover the beauty of a great community of Star Citizen. Let's see, I'm gonna land this thing that way. And obviously, yeah, okay, that was a shadow of something. I mean, not the prettiest landing, for sure. Like I said a video or two back, that I am gonna look into getting back into using my Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS. Set it up by hard mounting it. But it's a project down the road, further down the road, that I'll look into, of course. And there we go. We have contact with ground services. We should be good. Letting ground services take care of the ship in the meanwhile, as we head over to the trading building. I think it's also referred as the HDD. Could be. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. We'll find out. As long as everything works fine, we have no issues with glitches and bugs. This should be fairly straightforward. As with everything, C2's elevators, or A2 and M2, all of them have the same issue with the weird elevators. They always wait a second or two before you step on or off. You also want to stand like behind it, like 5 o'clock behind it as well, when it lowers, coming from the outside. Because sometimes it has a tendency to glitch you inside of the nose landing gear of your Hercules. The only way to get out of that is to have someone aboard your ship take off, pop the landing gear or retract it, to have you being popped back into the belly or the cargo area of your C2. No guarantees you're going to survive it, but at least that's one solution. As of course you don't want to have to relog with cargo on your ship. Alright, looks like we have a maximum amount of funds available in terms of actual stock. Alright, not too bad. I mean, who am I to complain, right? So we're just gonna, what I usually do with these kind of stuff is that I always just put it in local. That way, whenever I do have my ways through here, which I usually do, I just know that I don't have to stock on my pile of food and water, because I will always have that along the route of trading. So there you go, that's why I just put it in locally instead. Now, I think I should still have a little bit of this on the ship, actually, come to think of it. But we'll see. I mean, it's about what I want to pick up from that one. The red one is, however, a little bit more interesting. It usually contains armor, that kind of stuff, weapons. Not here, though. It would probably be more related to what a mining facility would have. If we can get a local showing up. It's a bit wonky now and then. There we go, a little bit of armor. I'll put it in local. Why not? Eventually we'll have a full set of armor. May or may not be matching, but at least it's going to be an armor. But that never hurts. Look at second shelf, nothing there. We are pretty much down to 12 AUC. A would stand for Alpha, and UEC stands for United Earth Credits. Eventually, of course, when the game is fully released, it's just going to be a UEC. So probably by the beta, it's going to be BUEC. But like with everything is going to get wiped eventually. A beautiful C2 Hercules in a Cerberus paint job. Custom paint job that I pledged for on the website. Alright, so what we're going to do to be smart here is to get rid of as much as we can of our cargo. Since we're alone here, why not just use the front ramp? Just to see that everything works as intended. Low gravity, so we should be fine. Always be careful with ramps. They used to have a tendency to kill people as you recklessly would run up a ramp. Not sure if it's fixed or not, but old habits last for a long while. So it never hurts to be extra careful. Next destination is going to be probably agricium. Whatever I can buy in terms of agricium. I'll try to sell as much as I can of our medical supplies along the way. But why we want to make a couple of stops instead of trying to sell all of the medical supplies in one go. And thus, that's also increasing our profit margin. We started out at around 600,000-700,000. We're going to see where we're going to be at once we're done with our little run. About to head to Arcor. Altimeter still is bugged. It just keeps on climbing. So we're going to have to rely on our experience, visual, and so on. Don't have to boost too long from moons anyways. Thin atmosphere, low gravity, ideal for bigger ships to take off and land. The only issue though with low gravity places is that you have more inertia, meaning that gravity is not going to help you along the way as much as it would on, for example, Arcorp, Hurston, Microtech, or Crusader for that matter. But anything else, like the smaller moons, you'll have more inertia with the motion. So it takes a little bit longer to actually slow down if you come in too fast with a big ship. It's a lot more mass to slow down. And so the engines will have to do a lot more work. Just be aware, we're going to see a lot of that effect coming to Lyria, which is our destination, where we'll have a lot of inertia coming in at a very fast pace. You want to definitely make sure that you start slowing down in time. Gonna make sure that I have the proper camera angle, something like that, and should be fine. Alright, let's see. Where we at? I'm just thinking here. I'm gonna try something here, guys, just to see what it does. Gonna try that. Yeah, that's probably better. Alright. That's just gonna be a little bit, I just did something there that I shouldn't have done. There we go. Going back to a more tested out setting. And we should be more into where we should be at. But we'll see. I mean, it might yeah, I think this is going to be better. We'll find out. We'll find out once we get some feedback. So we're gonna do a full lap. We're gonna deal with Agricium, which is gonna be our first destination. We're just gonna deal with the more expensive stuff and try to sell our medical supplies along the route all the way back up to New Babbage surface entrance. So by then we should have sold enough of our medical supplies to be able to sell the rest of it in one big chunk over there. Plus the stuff we gather along the way, which is going to be agricium from our first stop here. Probably try a little bit of laranite as well. And then finally acid gas, depending on how much we can fill up the ship on our second stop. Out of 3. Back to arrive, the TS2 quantum drive is actually really handy getting around the verse in a decent pace. Not much of a big deal, not much of a big effort to get around. So there's that. And here comes the Arcot. See how much the alignments have changed. Well, alignment. But the rotations of planets and moons do change enough over a longer period of distance. Especially if it takes a while for you to get to your destination. And the rotation of moons or planets might have changed to the point where you will actually have to replot. As you can see here, it's actually now behind Lyria. Well, Lyria is actually behind, so we're gonna have to replot from here. Just hitting replot, and gonna have to use a orbital marker to get around Arcot. No big deal, just remember to do so when required. Obviously it's going to be worth the longer it takes for you to get to your destination, but even for this TS2 it even gets affected by the fact that things do move, or at least rotate. Planets move don't yet orbit a star, but that is going to be a thing, and whether we're going to actually have seasons, we'll see. That would be cool though. But for a season to happen, you know, you would have to have a rotating axis, much like we have on Earth, slightly angled. And that's not always the case, you know. Nothing major going on in the chat, for better or worse. But today we might actually be able to pull through without any distractions along the way. Like I mentioned, we're gonna have a lot more inertia here. We're gonna have a look and make sure that we don't have any immediate threat ahead, like a mountain. And also check that we don't have any immediate threat in terms of a hostile ship of any kind. 10,000, that's when I'm hitting gears and start to slow down. Because we are coming in fast. I don't care too much about slowing down the ship with a scroll, flying with mouse and keyboard. I just tap a little bit more, just to be more easy on throttle, brakes, and what have you. Then we want to land about right in front of the actual hangar. Might as well turn off the lights, rely on the lights provided by the base. See if we have ground contact with ground or services, and we do. And then as soon as that is initiated, we're gonna just turn the engines off. There's that. It's easy. See what we have. I'm also going to check. I think, do I even have, I have local and I have stuff on the ship. Okay, and there you go. From my previous trading. Now, whether you watch the actual live stream or watch it later, maybe if you give me a suggestion of what you'd like to see in if I am about to do some pre-recorded stuff, like tutorials and what have you, what would you like me to show you guys? Or would you like to see reviews of ships, my perspective on things? Things like that, you know, you can just post it in the comments below, and that'll give me an idea as well in terms of what to do. But generally, when it comes to my live streams, I just, you know, play because I like to play the game. Not necessarily a job for that matter, you know, not something I gotta do in a certain way. I just play it the way I like to play it. And I do like streaming, so there's that. But if, like I said, if there's anything you want to know more about, like a tutorial or something, just mention it in the comments field or in the comments below. It'll make it easy for me to plan ahead. Maximum available funds, 8 SU units. There you go. And that doesn't matter really. I mean, we're just doing our thing. But to you know, just grab stuff along the way. Not too keen about money versus time. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna maximize your time, maximize your payouts, of course. But I mean, right now I have pretty much what I need in terms of ships. Not seeing a reason to rush it in any way. And I'm not playing the game to make it a job. I am playing the game to enjoy it, to hang out with you guys. And oh, nice, 3 different kind of helmets. That's not too bad, actually. Actually, it's even more than that. An arrow, blue one. You can now buy it, of course, at Orison at Providence. But a looted helmet is never bad. I mean, you can always sell it for a good amount of cash. Alright. We've got what we could buy for, so let's take it easy down the stairs. Don't want to have any incident with this amount of cargo and this amount of money put out. Probably even more poor than 12 bucks, 11 bucks. Everything else is in my cargo. There's always that, you know, whether you are ready to release it all. But at least if I lose it all, then I can always do a bunker mission or 2 to get some of the investments back. So there's always a way to get back on the saddle. However unfortunate it may be, but like I said, the game is what it is, right? Don't grind it to keep it, just grind it to learn how to do it and to enjoy it for what it is. Because everything is gonna get wiped at some point, one way or another, at several points actually. And not until we actually have the fully fleshed out full release is it gonna be a full MMO with permadeath, perma consequences and what have you. But until then, just enjoy the game for what it is. You'll get things back, you know, or even have to start over now and then. But see it on the positive side, you get to explore a lot of the new mechanics along the way. as cargo refactor, for example, or iCache or what have you. Those kind of stuffs are coming up already by 3.18 if everything goes as planned. Ooh. Come on. No. There we go. I accidentally turned everything off. Not supposed to do that, guys. But we're supposed to hit K and N to raise the landing gears. We can already jump. Always nice. I always try to roll my belly towards empty space. That way, should we have that infinite dive, 90-degree dive, at least we'll head out to space. Never hurts. Yeah, don't worry about the shield. I will come back. So, yeah, I hope everything is fine, volume-wise now. Could be, yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Oh, I'm just mumbling here. We're just up in the orbital marker. Need to jump a little bit more, and then we are on our way to Hurston. Or via Hurston, to be more exact. As we're gonna make our second stop at Ariel. Try to sell even more of the medical supplies. Exchange it for some laranite if we can get some. But if we can't get any laranite at the first stop, I'm gonna go for Lathan, which is gonna be the second stop at Ariel. Both have laranite, and both should have titanium. That would be the two other places that had titanium. The two places earlier was at Lyria, Sol 2 and Sol 5 has titanium at Lyria. So those would be the 4 locations that will have titanium as of the look of the game today. Let's check on the chat while yeah, chat seems to be happy today. That was nice, of course. Although here in Sweden, where I live, or in this part of Sweden, it's quite cloudy today. A bit of a rainy-ish morning. Still a good morning. Have a big cup of coffee right next to me. Had a big breakfast. So I am good. A great day ahead of me for so far. Gonna be planning a little bit ahead on today's stream at 6 p.m. UTC. That'll be, like I said, 8 p.m. in Swedish time. Hopefully, you guys can join in the stream. Give it some activity in the chat. You know, as I'm trying to grow this channel, as I have just relaunched it just only like 3 weeks ago. So any help is always appreciated. I am looking into getting into a new monitor so that I can provide you guys with at least a more like a higher definition, maybe like a 2K at least. Probably might look into a new graphics card eventually. I'm still running on an old just before the 1080 came out, this one was the top dog. The Titan X. It has a couple of years on its under its belt. Still works, but I mean, things evolve so rapidly nowadays that even this graphic card is feeling a little bit sluggish and old by now, at least in terms of what I'm doing now. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not complaining, really. It's just that it would be nice to have something a little bit more up to date, of course. And it looks like, there you go. That's how you do it. That's how things are done. When you get to have a client crash. Now let's see what's gonna happen though, because I had cargo. So let's just relaunch the game and see where we're at, right? I mean, how bad could it be? Gonna work on a nice image, but for now it's gonna be this one. If I can just fix it here, come on, can we do it? While it loads, you know, why not? Gonna say be right back at least. Probably should have an image saying technical issues, because it is basically technical issues. But there you go. That's there you have it. It's definitely less stable than it should be. Much because of older soft hardware, for sure. But I mean, I'm just happy that I can play the game, right? Should be. We are loading back into the main menu. And we are gonna try it again. See where we're at though. It says support Olisar, which is kind of concerning. A worry. But we'll see what will be. If the ship has any kind of a comment back from that scenario, like if I'm actually going to be in the ship as it left or crashed. And we are loading back in, of course. Oh, look at that. We are actually back where we left off, which is actually not bad. There you go, that's the recovery from a client crash. Not good. Actually really good. Where we at? Oh, look at that, we're actually right here. That's where we were heading, to best deck. Just gonna add a waypoint. Look at that. So obviously, since we have cargo on board, at least we'll have a protection or some sort of a protective mechanism in there that will allow us to get back on the ship as we left it. As long as you're just not about to land, I suppose, you're gonna be fine. Because, and also don't leave cruise control on, because if I would have, because I was actually right there where I was heading, if I would have left my cruise control on, it would have sent me hurling down towards the planet, me not in the game, you know, for at least a minute or so, and that's definitely going to be more than enough to actually crash. So there's that, you know. Not sure when it doesn't work. Altimeter is broken. Even after a relaunch, I'm gonna do a little bit of a camera setup again, like so, and put some lights back on. There we go. Like I said, it could be worse, right? We are hauling with whatever left we have in terms of money. It would be bad to lose everything because of a client crash. A bug is one thing, you know, you crash or hit something or ram it or do something like that. That'd be a human error. But we're going to do whatever we can to prevent that from happening. Everything is a-okay. We have gears down, VTOL mode initiated. We're at about 5,000 minus on distance. We should be able to visually see our destination. From there, we're going to just go ahead and land in third person. I mean, if it's there, why not use it, right? That'd be a stupid thing not to use it, you know? See if I can put her down in a good manner. Somewhere not too far away from the training console. Which I think is the one to the right there, so that's perfect. Alright, we're gonna go for the smaller one. There are bigger ships that might need the big platform. If you can squeeze a ship in on a smaller one, always try to do that first. And then you up the pad. Could be a little bit off if we have contact with services. We do. Alright, fine. Engines off. And see what we can sell and buy. It is quite windy down there. Really, it is windy. At the bottom there, if you don't have Star Citizen yet, I want to buy into the game. $45 US dollars, give or take. It'll give you a starter ship. Just make sure it's a starter ship, and then everything else can be earned in game, so you don't have to spend a penny more on the game. So it's pretty much like buying any other game, really. Using my referral code that you see there at the bottom will ensure that you get some extra cash as you start playing the game. It also helps me along the way, so that's the way you can, one way you can support me. The other way is, of course, is donations. It's always appreciated, but you don't have to. But like I said, it's always appreciated. There we go. The door slowly worked. See what we can do with our medical supplies first. Sell it. Always sell that. We still have a ton of it left, like 500,000 worth of medical supplies. And then, of course, start off by buying how much Laranite you can buy. You know, everything is going to be an extra bonus. Like so. Maximal funds, right? Now what I'm naturally going to be doing is to keep on selling along the way till I get down to around 200,000. worth of medical supplies if I want to be 100% sure that I can actually sell it on our final trading destination, which is going to be New Babbage. But it all depends, of course, if you're okay with leaving your ship with cargo. If you're not going to be using it anyways, you just drop by the admin's office, sell it now and then when you can, you know, extra money just sitting there, which is probably what I'm going to be doing for this run, actually, come to think of it. But we are going to have our final destination over at New Babbage. I did turn off volumetric clouds. Just to save you guys from the performance hit. I mean, I can definitely have it on if it's just me playing the game, but there you go. You saw that. The elevator has its own life. A very unpredictable elevator. I'm just thinking that I will be heading for New Babbage, sell what can be sold, and head back to Port Olisar to wrap the video up, as I'm gonna start to grind and prepare with some stuff for this evening's live stream, which is gonna be hopefully a bit more easy for everyone to, like I said, participate and watch. Now, white on white, never good combo. Pretty bright, gotta say. But you can see New Babbage there. So. Babbage, of course, being a professor from the late 18th century. If you didn't know that already. Gotta be what they named it for. I think there's another place in real life, of course, also called Babbage. Not sure if it's in England or if it's in the US. Probably both. But well, that would be the why you'd have New Babbage. I think it was a physics professor. Can't remember. I just came across that for some reason, you know. That kind of stuff that you come across now and then. Don't worry too much about landing gears and what have you. Unless you create a lot of drag, but on a low gravity and a low atmosphere moons, it doesn't matter too much, and it's going to get retracted at the very moment you jump a quantum jump anyways. Same goes for open doors and what have you, you know. If you want to be quick about it, just take off. Don't worry about the open doors and landing gear. Just close it. It closes by itself. Bunch of German. A little bit of French, I think. Yeah, it's like a bit toxic, unfortunately. But just remember, guys, that here in Europe we have so many different cultures in one region that you can't really compare with any other, really. I mean, the United States and Canada pretty much have the same culture, same language. So it's obvious that it's going to be easier across the regions. South America, same there. Like fairly different, similar cultures. Although we have two different languages, Portuguese and Spanish. But at least it's more like a unified culture. Here in Europe, it's so divided. Sometimes misunderstandings are so frequent over chats and language barriers and what have you, that it tends to be a little bit more toxic in Europe for that reason. Not always, but sometimes. Alright, so this is going to be our final trading stop. Now, obviously, if you have a lot more money, you want to make more stops along the way. You have more time as well, obviously, because you want to sell your medical supplies enough so that you get around 250,000, maybe 300,000 very at the top left of it, because otherwise you won't be able to guarantee that you can sell it all in one go in a bigger city. We'll see though, we might be lucky. It depends on what time and date it is, or what time it is during the week and all that. But just forget about it in the weekends when a lot of other people do trading. Early mornings here in Europe, in European regions, well, I mean, it's not going to get as clogged, but you still share the same economy and stocks across regions and time, so just bear that in mind. Even though many may not be trading here in Europe, there might still be a ton of traders doing it in the US region, and so therefore you still compete for the commodities. And the world isn't big enough. I mean, we only have one system so far, and it's not probably as big as it will be. But yeah, obviously that's gonna have less of an effect later. But quanta is actually a thing, more or less, especially when it comes to fuel and what have you. Oh, good to jump. Nice. Let's see what situation we have down there on New Babbage. Time is now 6:45 a.m. in the morning in Sweden. Should be done about 7-ish. And then I'm going to be prepping for the evenings, or the first stream in the evening, when it's supposed to be taking place. The first actual scheduled stream, or scheduled, or whatever. Like I said, English is not my first language, but like in Sweden, it's definitely our second language. We hear it every day. Everything we do, TV, movies, music, we only get to have subtitles, so but we're so used to hear English, more so maybe the American English than the British English. But I'd say the majority of Swedish people actually do speak English and understands it very good. I think we're one of the top countries in Europe not having English as our native language, speaking it, that is. But correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, that's from what I understood anyway. We're heading for the surface entrance. There was a ship down there though, that I could see. We'll see. A little bit more of drag and resistance, both from atmosphere and gravity. We can definitely use of our VTOL and landing gear. Just checking out. Okay, we got a carrot down there. That's what it was. That's what it was. A regular carrot? Probably a regular pledge. Either that or a in-game bot carrot. Me, I got a pledge carrot from way back. I got mine for like half the price you would have to pay for today whenever it is for sale. We're gonna be landing as close as we can and get our stuff sold. No services here. That'll be fine. We just want to be quick about it and get out of the way so that other people can land here. Now, obviously, wind is always or usually an issue here. Strong winds, cold temperatures. Just make sure you don't glitch through the terrain. Elevators here at the surface entrance have a tendency to push you under the terrain or graphics of the terrain, so that you either hurt yourself or what have you. But just bear that in mind as well. Since I haven't called for ATC, there will be no checkpoint, meaning that if I die here or have to relog, I'm probably going to be screwed. But why you're really careful about things, you could, in theory, I mean, just call for ATC even though you're not landing at the spaceport, just to at least have that checkpoint. But, oh, that's another player. Hey, what's up there, buddy? Need help? Oh, I'm coming with you. Thank you. Yeah, you just hold down numpad blast and you'll be able to speak. Alright, you go ahead. He's doing a box delivery mission. Me, I'm just doing my little sale over here. Heading all the way over to the TDD. You look for these globes. That indicates the trade division. Alright, let's see what we can make. If we can sell everything. We do have a little bit of a mix of everything now. Grisium is no problem there. Laranite, no problem there. And see how much we can sell of our medical supplies. Looks like we could sell everything. Nice, not bad, not bad. So we're looking at about 150,000, 100 to 150,000 in pure profit, give or take. But I'll have to look back into this video and see what we started out with. But that's that. We're gonna head back to Port Olisar, and I will be wrapping up the video or this morning stream. Gonna head on do my preparations as mentioned. I have no idea where I'm at. Most likely it is Europe. Got a long way back, and also gonna mention that. Oh, okay, that was the wind catching me. Almost gave me a heart attack there. Not that I know how it feels or what it feels like. Hope to die not having to go through that had some feeling of hard stuff going on, but not more unusual than anyone else, I suppose. It's normal, so it seems. But becoming to age, you know, like, not old really, but it's just a couple of years turning still left before I turn 50. So I'm not considered to be old, it's just that I'm not young anymore, that's for sure. So yeah, let's just put it that way. Alright, we are heading back to Port Olisar. Not too far, not for this ship. Nothing. Just don't forget, guys, there will be links in the description down below how to get to various platforms, media platforms and social platforms, what have you, that I use. Gonna be using that just to get there. I mean, obviously it wouldn't just let me so it's spectacular, you know. About 50-55 degrees. Usually find 60 at the top. You should be able to maintain your speed. Oh, look at that, it actually does work with altimeter now for some reason. Let's see if it's gonna keep on climbing once we leave, or if it's gonna stay that way. Need to hit about 11,000 here at Microtech to be able to jump. We're gonna see if we can, yeah, we got Daymar there. Should be fine. Crusader. Rolling. Make sure you have no cruise control on. And then let's go about quantum traveling. Very calculating, definitely, because we're not doing it for the time or the efficiency. $57 million, that's nothing for this ship. So, yeah, we're just gonna log out at Port Olisar and wrap things up there. Don't forget to hit the like or the subscribe button. What am I saying? The subscribe button unless you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. It does help if you like it. It does help me growing the channel. And also try to hit the notification bell if you do subscribe so that you don't miss out on future events. Might as well say it now, but I'm probably going to say it one more time before I end the whole video. And I hope that we'll be fine now with let's just hope that things go well. So, we're about halfway there soon. Might as well do a little promotion for myself over at the game chat. Why not? I think we've done pretty good. I'm gonna have a look back into where I started money-wise, but I mean, if everything goes as smooth as it did today, even though we had a client crash, at least you won't lose any money if you do it right? So obviously it's always easier in bigger quantities if you can afford to put out the money, but as with everything, you know. We're about to hit Crusader in about 2 minutes, give or take. And then we're gonna call for ATC, load the ship, get us in a good shape where we can feel comfortable logging out, food-wise, drink-wise, what have you. I'm just surprised that I could sell all the medical supplies in one go, actually, which is not very common normally when a lot of other people are trading medical supplies as well. But there you go. Definitely want to pick your times when you do certain types of grinding, for sure. Then pick your time for certain other types of activities, like where you might actually be needing of creating medical beacons, for example. Now, if you're gonna have a plan of playing bunker missions or what have you, where you'll actually be dependent on maybe someone responding on your medical beacon, at least make sure you have a fairly populated server for that to happen, because obviously the fewer people on the server there are, it's less likely to be somebody or someone picking up on your beacon. Things like that, you know, like plan ahead a little bit on when you do certain things at what times and in what regions. And you don't have to spend tens of 12 hours or more, you know, creating like that kind of amount of time to grind. Just make sure you grind at the right time and you can actually maximize time much better. That's all I have to say. Alright, let's see if I can plot all the way to Port Olisar from here. That's usually an issue, you know, because for some reason it doesn't necessarily let you. But and that seems to be the case, you know. So we're just gonna go about finding ourselves a orbital marker. Usually coming from here, just look along this band of markers. You look for the ones that are a little bit bigger. Those are usually the orbital marker, like this one, or marker 4. That's how you easily find it, because otherwise Crusade itself is such a huge gas giant that it's hard to see around the actual planet to get to a orbital marker otherwise. And then from here, I should have no issue plotting all the way back home. As always, you are going to be skimming through the atmosphere a little bit. Don't worry, it's a big gas giant. I mean, you're going to have to go really through the planet to actually crash through the planet. As you can see there, Port Olisar would be to our left. So we're going to be looking at around 300 kilometers, give or take. It's actually, oh wow, okay, 7 kilometers. It's actually pretty close. So if we can jump a little bit, 7,000 kilometers, okay, not 300. What am I saying here? Depending, of course, where you come from, I suppose. But Unless you're actually meeting up with someone, doesn't matter where you call for. But if you want to be more picky where you get to land at, you just fly a little bit closer before you call for ATC. And obviously if you have cargo, you always want to call for ATC the very moment you can, because that'll create that spawn point, you know, if your client crash or something is to happen, at least your ship will be in the safe with its cargo. Even though it's going to say unknown and you still have to claim it, but it would still say your location, in this case Olisar, and that's all it takes for you to be able to sell whatever you had on board. Always call for ATC the very moment you can. As soon as you can, especially if you're doing Q mining or Quantanium mining. Oh, hey there, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm about to wrap things up, but you can always, nice to see you there. I'm about to land after having done a morning trade, very casual one, just to keep things in the loop. Announcing a live stream coming up later this evening. Going to be taking place around 6 p.m. UTC time. That's going to be like 8 p.m. Swedish time, same in Paris, I suppose. It's going to be a live stream where people will more likely be able to join in the stream or watch the stream. Going to do something more on topic of something, we'll see. Gonna do this the noob way, flying and landing in third person, but well, I guess I like seeing my ship now and then as well. It's a worn out Cerberus black paint job for my ship.
Landing complete.
And we have landed. Let's see if we have contact with services. We should have. It's always nice to have a fully ready ship to go next time we're going for a trading run. I'll turn the engines off and oh, okay, I just pressed R. I intended to press Y to get off this out of the seat. Well, all right. I'm just thinking whether I should. I did bring a couple of stuff, a couple of loot. Might as well put at least what I think I can sell at the station here in local inventory. Like so. And that's about it. I didn't bring much with me really. I just usually tend to keep my stuff at locations where I usually buy and sell stuff. So that I at least don't have to bring a pile of stash with me, like food and drink. Saves a lot of money, a lot of logistics as well. As with everything, just make sure you're waiting 1 or 2 seconds before you step on or off the elevator for the D2, M2 or A2. It has a tendency of sometimes teleporting you or glitching you somewhere, but it seemed to be fine now. Now obviously if you have a ton of cargo on a ship, especially on a place like Port Olisar, you're always gonna deal with the fact that you are in a very exposed environment. It's not gonna be like in a enclosed hangar or protected. Well, you're protected by turrets, obviously, but you know, I mean, things can happen. You could get rammed by some new player or someone trying to troll you. So there's always that, you know. You want to be quick about it, storing your ship. Back at Port Olisar. Gonna store my ship, obviously. I do have a little bit of inventory. That's a helmet here. It's an undersuit. I mean, no one seems to be. Someone just left. I'm just gonna. I mean, be a fool not to take the opportunity. You know. There we go. That's how you would store something. You could hit F1 if you hold things in your hand. It'll automatically store it without you even having to drag it into your local inventory. That's the quick way of doing it. Not always does it work, but at least you could always give it a try. Worst case scenario, you just drop it on the ground for you to pick it up again. And there we go. We're gonna take care of our thirst and a little bit of our hunger. Come on. There we go. And good morning, Northman. Northman is my buddy of mine that I usually play with. And for some reason, I'm not able to drink now. I don't think. Well, oh, I am. It's just not showing the animation for it. But apparently I am. Okay, I'm just gonna put it away. Really. Definitely time to wrap things up. As I mentioned earlier, guys, I am gonna mention it twice. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Give a hit on the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any future content. Especially the scheduled stream coming up later today at 6 p.m. UTC. Or it would be like 8 p.m. in the evening, Swedish time. Where a lot more people will be able to watch, at least here in Europe. And alright, I'm just gonna leave it like this, guys, because I'm apparently just gonna hit F1 and that way it stores it quick. Don't have to drag it or anything. It just, that's how you store things real fast. I'll be signing off. Hit the thumbs up, by the way. It does help the algorithm quite a lot as I am trying to grow the channel. And wow, okay, that is bright. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one.